Alrighty guys, now with the PlayStation Pro 5 coming out soon, I found an interesting article today about the PlayStation VR2. Now the people that's played the PlayStation VR2, they say people get sick from it. It's not enough frames per second. 60 frames per second is not enough. People get sick from it, and visuals downgrade when you move and stuff because it's just not a smooth frame rate. So now this article came out saying with the PlayStation VR2 coming out, that may be able to solve this problem, which I expect it will. Now, if you love the PlayStation VR2, and there's people out there that do, this is supposedly going to upgrade the frames per second. Right now, 60 frames per second is what you usually get from a PlayStation VR2 game. And they're saying this could make it 90 to 120 frames per second. So this could be a big deal for the PlayStation VR2. I had no idea people were getting sick from it. Again, I've never played the PlayStation VR. It's just not my thing. But I had no idea people were getting sick from it. And this is going to help, of course, the resolution. It's going to make it more consistent, better frame rate. And since the PlayStation 5 Pro is going to be a lot more powerful, supposedly, than the PlayStation 5 base model, this is going to make it a lot easier for you to play your PlayStation VR2 games. Now, I was wondering how will the PC handle this? With the PC, I guess it would help that too. I guess it would look better on a PC, supposedly, if you know how PC games are. You got a maxed out PC, you can run it at better frame rates. So, anyway, I was wondering now 60 frames to 90 frames. That does sound kind of odd, but 60 frames to 120 frames sounds more pleasurable, if that makes sense. I mean, 90 frames per second just doesn't sound right, does it? So we're going from 60 to 90. It's going to have to be around 120 frames, I would say. So, again, if you played the PlayStation VR2 and it's made you sick because of the frame rate being 60 frames per second, I found that kind of interesting. I just never heard that before. So, anyway, I'm going to leave a link to the full article below and check it out. But it says here, too many PS VR2 games run at 60 frames per second, and 120 frames. It said with 120 frames, it'll get rid of the ghosting and motion blur. So there you have that. So I wonder if there's some PS VR2 games that play, like at 20 frames or something like that. But I thought this was very interesting. I think would this help the PlayStation VR2 in sales? I was thinking about that, and I was like, that's probably not going to help them in sales. I think the user base is pretty much set right now. Again, they paused production of the PlayStation VR2, so we know they're not going to be making. If you pause production on a system like this, it means it's not doing well, and there's no reason to make games for it. Now, maybe it can pick up with the PC, being able to use it on PC now, but this is pretty cool, though. Just think about it. This would help you. If you do enjoy the PlayStation VR2, this is going to make it even better. So, there you have it. I've heard of people having migraines from it. I was doing some research on it, and I was like, man, I didn't realize that. So, there's a lot of people who's actually bought the PlayStation VR2, and they find out they can't play it because they're like, man, it just gets me sick. I get dizzy. I get headaches. Maybe this can help that. So I think it's a neat little story. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm pretty sure it will help with resolution also, not just frame rate, because it's going to be a lot more powerful, the PlayStation 5 will. Especially with the AI upscaling and everything it's going to have. So that's it, guys. That's pretty much it. Let me know if you're looking forward to playing the PlayStation VR2. I wonder how many it's actually sold. I don't think they ever released an actual sales number for the PlayStation VR2. I always wondered that. It can't be too high just because they had to stop production. But anyway, guys, that's my thoughts on this. And as always, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Toodles!